Okay guys, so today we are on the FanBus with Bus Confessions, and we have Nikky Foxx. How are you doing today?
Oh, I am amazing. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. We're excited to have you on here.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. It's been like a dream of mine.
Yeah?
Yeah, literally. Like ever since I got into this industry, it was like, I need to be this. And then when I found out that it was in my area in South Florida, I was like, oh my God. And then to find out that they travel all over the country, I was like all about it. I was like, literally they can just touch every single model and, you know, just all these fans.
Yeah, and being on the FanBus too, it puts you on a platform that you can connect to so many people all over the world. So.
I've already met so many amazing people through it. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun time. Well, we love having you.
Thank you.
You've been on the bus before.
I have.
So this is not your first time.
It is not.
But today we're doing something a little bit different than last time. Last time was a lot of fun. Got a little steamy in here for sure.
A little bit, a lot less clothing.
Yeah. But today we are on Bus Confessions. So we want to get to know a little bit about you and who you are.
I'm an open book.
Perfect. So Nikky Foxx, how did you get that name?
So my real name is Nikky. So there's no honesty is the best policy, right? So, for the longest time I had it Nikky and then my middle name, and then I had a good friend of mine who was like one of the creators of Jackass and the producers, and he was on Jackass, and I had met him through Instagram a long time ago, and he was like, you're about to blow up, you need to change your name, you need to brand yourself. And so at that point I was like, okay, well then what do and I remember I was like boom boom boom, like writing so many names. I'm like, what about this, what about that? Like I was just so like in the dark. And then literally it happened like in a 24-hour span. People are like, well, you're not a babe because you're not like in your 20s, but you're not a MILF because you're not a mom. So you're such a fox. And like so many people, like I said, in 24 hours it's like 7 people, which I was like, oh my gosh.
That's a handful. So.
Nikky Foxx. Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds really good together. It's definitely like good for, branding yourself, because it is such an easy name to say and remember.
Sure. And it's trademarked now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So who was Nikky when she was little?
What age are we talking?
Just younger, like what did you want to aspire to be when you were little?
I definitely, my first thought was going to be a meteorologist.
Oh. I love that.
And then it was an attorney. So I still to this day am obsessed with the weather. And, Fiona is coming right now, and it's going to hit Puerto Rico tomorrow. So I'm really into that. And then there's, an attorney. Nothing says like unconventional, like I watch Dateline every night before I fall asleep.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. So that's that. When I was a child, that was definitely like what I was so intrigued with.
So how do you feel about Florida weather right now? Because it is literally raining every day.
We are in the rainy season. This is my 5th year in Florida, and I'm from Massachusetts originally, where it gets to be like 5 below on a norm.
Wow.
So I told myself when I moved down here, I will never complain about the heat. I will never complain about the rain, because it's still warm.
Yep, that's so true. How was life living there different than here besides the weather?
In every way possible. Like so different. So in Massachusetts, it's just it's quaint, and it's very like, at my age, 20 years ago was going to the same bar. So when I go up and visit, they're like, let's go to this bar. And it was literally the same bar I was sneaking into when I was 16. So it's just, it's just very, this is what it is. This is what's around you. You're going to accept it. Whereas like South Florida, it's just kind of like you meet all these different types of people from every part of the continent and the world. And, it's just very, I like it because it's an open book. There's no rules essentially. And I'm all about being lawless. So.